Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are all well. I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. Yes, Bitcoin still populating price action just below this resistance level, below the $50,000 level. Interestingly enough, yesterday when we mentioned a potential back test down to this horizontal would look fine. Yeah, we literally got it almost to the tick and was extremely aggressively brought back up. So yeah, obviously highly bullish price action there. A lot more bullish than I'd expected, at least to come down, test it, and move back up. Do you know what I mean? Move back up, maybe not so quickly, but relatively quickly, but just not in one 4-hour candle. But yeah, that is obviously clearly bullish price action under major resistance for pretty much what we could call this about the third time of asking. So yeah. Not looking too bad for a move above this $50,000 level. It is Friday. Will it happen over the weekend? Potentially. We have been over the past month or so, couple of months, been getting a decent moves to the upside over the weekend. Maybe who knows what it is. Maybe those people that are still working, that still have jobs, that still can be bothered to work. Over the weekend they then decide to have a little dabble and market buy on their Coinbase accounts, and then that just squeezes the market up. Maybe that's what happens, who knows. But either way Bitcoin looking good. It is looking good for a move up here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can say really, is there? We're looking good until we don't. Trend is your friend, and we're up here pretty much for the third time of asking. So we shall see what happens there. Ethereum, over to Ethereum, having a very nice bounce as well. A very nice bounce, obviously, from this pullback. This pullback was nothing of note, though, really, in the context of the swiftness of this move up. But yeah, decent pullback once we popped over this resistance area. So now if we can try and get back above it, then yeah, I mean, realistically, we are breaking out in this in the longer term, in this larger time frame. As you can see, we are breaking out of this pattern. So you do kind of expect over time we are going onwards and upwards, and it is just a formality. It is just a formality that this is going up. But obviously that is never, nothing is ever certain in crypto. But clearly this is looking good. And yeah, moves like this on smaller time frames are relatively insignificant compared to the momentum that this is going to probably have to the upside. If we do look at the ETH/USD pairing as well, very much looking like a bull flag here, but ultimately it's going to follow. Pretty much going to follow what BTC does, but BTC is looking good, so maybe we get a pump up in BTC, pump up in Ethereum, but maybe the Ethereum Satoshi pairing may struggle. But if it doesn't struggle, then Ethereum is going to go nuts. Bitcoin dominance, still flirting around with our well, I mean, it's basically just the last line in the sand. I mean, we're done and dusted once we lose this, and then we're just gonna be in altcoin season euphoria. We're basically in altcoin season as it is, but yeah, it's gonna get wet and wild. So yeah, there we go. That looks good. Let's have a look at the DXY. Clearly is one of the drivers of this. As we've been looking, this is clear. This has been looking bearish. We are now at our little pattern, our little ascending broadening wedge, our trumpet pattern, or whatever you want to call it. We are now at testing that, which also coincides with this area of support here, the bottom of the area of support. So I mean, if this does break down from here, just expect big things. This support level probably isn't going to do anything, and then we will be coming back down to finding some sort of a potential base in the medium term around the $90. Yeah, just around 90 really, and then we'll just be looking at this sideways channel. sideways trading range, ultimately, with a view to break it down to the bottom side, but clearly would expect at least a decent bounce if it got down here. But that is such a long way away at the moment. That it's got so much further to run and so much risk asset price euphoria if that is to happen. Stocks obviously just looking just Ludwig von Mises crack up boom. 10-year yield trading sideways, kind of what we want to see. Low vol in this, which is what we want to see, but ultimately this may make a directional move. And well, clearly if we are going to be entering risk on, you kind of have to guess this is potentially going to go to the upside. But as long as it doesn't, well, to be honest, it can even get back up to this range and it won't look too bad. But ideally we want to stay encapsulated within this sideways range, but we'll just see what happens. Just as long as it, whatever it does, as long as it does it in an orderly fashion, it won't really be of too much significance. Gold, just basically not doing much. It's just this asset just, honestly, Peter Schiff must just hate life at the moment. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't really matter what is going on, how like things can change, and yeah, it just looks crazy. And then if you look at the gold mining shares relative to the gold value, gold mining stocks relative to the actual gold price, they are languishing at lows also. So yeah, there is problems there. Fundamentally though, for gold miners, gold and silver miners, I would say that they basically are struggling to find assets to mine anyway. So their potential going forwards is obviously capped by that. It's great, fine if gold goes nuts, but if they don't have much gold in the pipeline to mine, then it doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, anyway. Let's have a look at, yeah, that's about it for these. Not much else we needed to look at there. Let's have a look at the stochastics for Bitcoin. We do know they were looking good. They should hopefully be looking gooder today. So let's have a look how much gooder they are. But yeah, 4 hour looking like it could have a bit of a cool down, which is obviously fine for that time frame. 10 hour, I expect it's getting a bit extended. No, it's not at all. 10 hours still got room to run, so yeah, I mean, still on the cards, busting above that 50% based on this. Yeah, 50%, $50,000. Yeah, 12 hour looking great as well here. Losing a little bit of his upward luster, but plenty of room to run and looking fine. Daily, well, currently turning back up, having a bit of a flirt around, no doubt, with that little test down that we had. 2 day easing off, 3 day just up there, 5 day just up there, weekly looking golden, weekly looking like it is trying to get us to those all-time highs once we get up to here. Bi-weekly turning up and looking good, and monthly, well, we know what's going on with the monthly, just not much. I might even delete this so we don't look at it every day, because yeah, it's fair enough to have it on, but we just need to look at it every day. But as I go through this list, it's like I just kind of just click on it. But yeah, so yeah, stochastics, yeah, I mean, stochastics looking good in the time frames that we need them to. I mean, the market, the trend looking good, the DXY looking good. I mean, just what else do we need? Obviously, markets can move on a sixpence if Jay Powell decides he is going to do some tightening or whatever, or tapering, but he isn't. He isn't. We know he can't. He can't do it. We all know this. We've been saying he can't forever. The market just kind of, it's almost like the market kind of just doesn't want to call him out too badly and make him look like an idiot. They just want, the market kind of wants the market to have confidence in the Fed. So they don't want to call them out too harshly, but ultimately the market does know that they can't do anything. So yes, crack up boom, it is all good. Crypto will outperform pretty much any other asset class in that environment. It has lots of fundamental things going for it in such an environment. So yeah, I think we are onto a winning trade here, guys. But yeah, let's see what happens. Obviously, we could still be getting a bull trap within this area, but I don't suspect a bull trap within anywhere under this like 58,500. I don't suspect it is saying we are then going to come down and take out 30k. I think we'll just get a decent maybe medium term move down, just basically as deep as potentially 41, 42 before then continuing up. But I don't necessarily think, well, to be honest, I don't have a view of that will or won't happen. My main view is that if we do get the bull trap in this area, then we won't make new lows below 30,000 is basically what is my only real conviction view. But we could just carry on straight on upwards, or we could have a decent pullback over a month or so. We shall see what happens. But yeah, that is it, guys. Hope you guys have all got fantastic weekends planned. Yeah, that is it. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.